Well, the season finally comes to an end, and well, what a season it's been. We've crowned a new champion in Nathan, but this is the last race of the season, and this is bound to be fireworks. And here's your grid: Andrew on pole. Remember, it is a reverse grid, and then Brian second in the Nissan. Third is Alex, who's filling in the number 7 Corvette. Fourth in that case is Coleman in his special St Patrick's Day livery, number 09. Next up we have Adam, number 99 in the Mercedes Petronas. Then it's Yorgos in the number 8 Porsche, the Rover Porsche. Then we find Kulinen, number 46. Then it's Ben in the number 5 Rockstar Lexus, and he's ahead of the outgoing champion Kevin, number 1 in the Monster Toyota. Next up is the Audi, the AlphaTauri Audi of Lewis. He's ahead of the second Rockstar Lexus, and that's Sean, number 14. Then we've got, I believe that is Cozzy, who's filling in, sort of, in the Schubert BMW. Head of Liam in the number 41 AlphaTauri Audi. Will, the surprise of the first race, and the second Rover Porsche. The champion Nathan in the Mercedes, number 44. And at the back we've got Panos, and he's at the back because he left the lobby to try gain an advantage, and in doing so he starts at the back because it was seen. So Andrew will lead us away once the safety car is released, which it is now. And then just keep an eye on the lights above the gantry. And there we are, there's the lights, everyone weaving away. A few cars coming onto the start straight, but when the lights go out the race starts, and we're away. And already I can see in the background Ben's steering didn't seem to quite activate as he had hoped, and already Kevin's passed him, so Kevin's a bit of luck already, and he's already up to 7th. But it is Andrew that's going to lead into turn 1. Coleman thinks about a move down the inside of Will. Adam up the back of Coleman there by looks of it, might get the outside move done there on Coleman, but Coleman's going to hold his ground. He's feeling lucky, but no, Adam does manage to get around the outside of him, and yet Ben did lose that place, so some weird glitches going on, and I do believe Nathan had the same thing because he's dropped back as well. Meanwhile, the second Corvette looking down the inside of Brian. Benson Hedges Nissan just staving off the 7-Up Corvette so far, and everyone else quite strung out, so that was quite a strung out start. But the front guys have punched up quite quickly, and Adam seems to be pushing through pretty quick, but he also goes through his tyres pretty quick, so he'll need to make hay while the sun shines, as they say, and he'll have to try and get past these guys before his tyres wear out. Opinion divided whether we need to pit in this race, but some will, some won't. You can expect the pad guys to pit, so we expect Adam and Lewis to pit. There is Coleman, and he's got Yorgos behind him, but ooh, Alex there looking down the inside of Brian, but it wasn't on and backed out of it. Now he could come under attack from the Mercedes of Adam. Adam will look to get to the inside for the chicane, but Alex will probably cover that. He doesn't though. Leaves the door open, but brakes really late from Alex, and will he get it stopped? He just has, but that's going to allow a better run through the chicane for Adam. That should see him down the inside into the last corner, and it does, and the rest is history, as they say. While the two monster Toyotas are together, it looks like Kevin's going to get past his teammate pretty easily. That should be a pretty standard let by. Looking back, I can see a few others are coming through slowly, but let's just concentrate on the battle here as Coleman and Adam and Will might have got together there, and they have, and Kevin is past his teammate, and now he slides past Yorgos, literally. Yeah, and I think that is Sean ahead of Lewis now. Nathan's not making any ground, so again the curse of the sprint race for Nathan. But this is fierce battling at the front. These guys trying to get through the pack. Andrew doing a great job leading the race, though. He's led since the start. And his teammates fending off some guys as well, so it's helping him out. Coleman tries the impossible. Sorry, Coleman does the great bit of blocking as Kevin tries the impossible and tries to out-drag the Nissan, but instead uses his utter skill and goes around the outside of the hairpin. A brilliant move there from Kevin. He may be the outgoing champion, but he's showing why he was the champion in the first place. Great move around the outside, an audacious overtake, but it worked. Ben meanwhile was behind his teammates, so Alexis's are starting to move forward. They go flashing through that Audi chicane, but now Andrew's lead looks short-lived. Brian and Adam seem to be trying to take it. Well, they have, and now they're going to fight over who's going to be leading this race. Brian using the utter speed of that Nissan. We know the Mercedes is fast, but that Nissan's something else. And a bit of punting up the back from Kevin. He's hit Brian off, and back onto the track comes Brian. Then he loses 3 places. His teammates through as well, and there's a bit more contact, and that's sent a Porsche off into next season. And here comes the Lexus twins, Ben and Sean. They've moved up on this lap, and it looks like Ben's trying to overtake Cullinan. Yet again we see the straight line speed of the Lexus not good enough, and Coleman is also attacking as he tries to get up the inside of Alex. Let's see how this works. Ben ran the outside of Cullinan, and Coleman's down the inside of Alex. No, not quite. Although Alex has run wide, so Coleman's through. Brian tries to buy back into this. And it looks like he might have that done. No, Ben's down the inside of Brian, and he's through as well. Brian will try to hold on the outside, and does. Great bit of driving from Brian, and he retakes the position. So 1 up, 2 down. Coleman though moves forward and up into 3rd place now. And Alex is running wide. He's gone completely wide and loses the car into the gravel, and that all his good work has been undone. It'll take him a year to get out of there. And meanwhile, at the next corner, his teammate's gone as well. Andrew's been assaulted by probably Cozzy, who's well, he managed to do 3 laps without killing anyone, so he'll consider that a new record. Lewis down the inside nicely, sliding down the inside of Cullinan, so Cullinan's marching towards the back of this field. His teammate's marching towards the front of it though. He's caught Adam. Ben trying to get past Brian still. Coleman, his teammate though, is moving forward onto the back of these guys. Kevin trying another audacious overtake, but this time it's on Adam, and Adam will not give you room. Ben trying the same sort of move on Brian, but he might have an inside line at the next corner. He's done it. Brian tries to hold on, but he's allowed Sean through at the same time. And you can tell that these Lexus guys are working together. They've tried this a couple of times. It's not always worked, but now they are pretty much storming to the front of the field. Up to 4th and 5th now for the 2 Lexus cars, the Rockstar cars. But it's Adam that still leads, and he's holding off Kevin pretty well. Kevin though looks like he's got a bit more grip, and you can see that on the exit of the last corner. Look, it's a good drive. Adam takes to the grass for reasons that are not clear to this commentator, but he holds the inside as they head down to the first corner. Kevin will try and go down the outside and maybe look for a switchback. Adam looks like he's outdone himself, and he has. Oh, and he's just about to stay on the track. Coleman's there but not close enough, and that gives Kevin an easy lead. And normally in these situations that's good night. Good night and thank you. So expect Kevin to pull away. Meanwhile, Liam now down the inside of the impossible Cozzy, and he's got that move done. Nathan's still not really gaining much ground. He's up to 10th, but more through accidents. He's not really been in the game. Maybe he's saving his tyres, I don't know. And there's a car off, and that's Coleman. He's gone wide and off. Ben instantly tries to get around the outside of him, and looks like he's got good drive, and here comes his battering ram teammate to push him down the hill. And again, these two working very well. And that's them. That's the 2 Lexus up to 3rd and 4th. Brian gets back in the inside now of Liam. Tries to take the position from him. He might have that, but I think Liam's got the inside for the sweeper, the Audi corner, and he's through. Cozzy does the same, and off goes Brian into the gravel. And Nathan, wow, just misses him. So Brian, unlucky there. Tried to gain in position, ended up losing 3 or 4. Cozzy up to 6th at the expense of Liam. Cozzy, a very quick driver, but just a little bit clumsy. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. Nathan pulling a move on Cullinan, who seemed to come back for he's got a second breath, and he's back into the middle of this race, and Kevin's pulling away. Adam decides now is the time to pit at half distance. Probably a clever move, but we'll see. We don't need fuel, just need tyres, and that shouldn't take as long, as the Lexus twins now are second and third. And well, Cullinan in the middle of hell again. He's down to 11th now, so he's obviously made a mistake. Coleman's in as well as Adam and Liam. We've covered Adam. Liam's in as well, so Liam's fancying a bit. Oh, and who's that? It's Kevin off. Kevin's off now. Did he jump or was he pushed? And he's on his own, so unless there's a gust of wind or a tornado, and he's lost it on the grass. That's so out of character for Kevin. He's completely dropped the wheel off. Wow, we don't see that from the champ. You'd never see him making a silly mistake like that, although we did see it in round 1. But that is unusual, and that's going to drop him right down the field and completely destroy his tyres, and he's been there before. Those that remember the last race, he just ran out of tyres twice, but committed to a strategy and eventually didn't really feature in the race. But here is just, well, this is hell on wheels, isn't it? It's Lewis attacking Coleman. Brian's in there as well, as is Will, who was the star of the feature race, but not so much of a star of the sprint race at the moment. And well, Cullinan's still there, as is Liam. Liam needs to get through now very quickly with his brand new boots. Nathan though starting to wake up, and he's on the back of his championship rival Kevin. There was a little bit of sparks in the first race, which Kevin not too impressed with an overtake that Nathan pulled, but well, to me it looked like a bit of a racing incident. And we're filing through nice and neatly at the moment, but you can be sure there's some moves being planned. And it looks like Yorgos is just recovering from an accident and is firmly last. Sean, though, I forgot to mention, did take the lead in all that kerfuffle with Kevin. He overtook his teammate, and they're playing a strategy, I would imagine, as Adam loses the back end coming into the chicane, but it seems to have helped because he's got a good run on Cozzy, and he'll take that on, take the third place into the hairpin or the last corner, and that's him through. Now he needs to go and chase down those Lexus cars because we're running out of laps. He's on new tyres, remember, and these guys will really run out of tyres that haven't stopped at the end. And this is what happened. Oh, we've lost. Yeah, Nathan's dropped back, and this is why. So a bit of argy-bargy with Kevin. Kevin's like, well, fine, you're going to do that, I'm going to push you off. And he does. And then Kevin gets spun around as well by the looks of it. There's a bit more contact on the exit. But Nathan down to 11th place. Here comes Liam in 12th. Back to the front. Sean still leads from Ben as they flash past the pits. Adam, like I say, has got a bit of work to do, and he's not going to shake off Cozzy very quickly. Coleman's in 5th, ahead of Lewis, then Will, then Kevin. Brian doing an excellent job in 9th. Panos, Nathan, then Liam, with Alex, Cullinan, Andrew and Yorgos at the back. But incredibly, these Lexus still pulling away at the front, or have a lead at the front. Adam does seem to be coming after him though. He's broke away from Cozzy a little bit. Midfield still crazy, but the Corvettes have dropped well down. So it's down to Adam. Can he catch the Lexus cars or the Lexi? I don't know. They're working together, and you can see that Sean's just basically pushing Ben along, and they switched around again, so Ben's back into front, back into the lead. So they're just taking turns because they know it's going to wreck their tyres if one pushes too much. So they're trying a little strategy, and it does seem to be working so far, but Adam on his fresh boots surely will catch them. And this midfield's still crazy as Liam is now starting to make moves. He's past Nathan, and now he's working on Brian. He should get that done now into the braking zone. Nope, he's patient. Brian's gone off though. Brian goes off, and that's put Liam up into 9th place now. So how far up can he go on new tyres? These guys still leading. Adam doesn't seem to be closing as fast as you'd expect. If anything, Cozzy's closing him back in, and Will's having a wild ride over the curb as they all funnel through this fast chicane. Brian over the top of it again, probably get a penalty for that. Nathan, Kevin looked like he was going to take him out there, but just managed to get it stopped. You can see his car sliding around, and that's a legacy of that turn 1 spin. And Brian, for some reason, has stopped. He's got going again, just in time to be ahead of Alex. Down the inside from Liam though, nice move. That will take him past Panos and up into 8th place. And then, well, He's got a lap and a half now to catch the guys in front. And to be honest with you, I don't see it happening. So I'm not sure that... Oh, Adam's off in the background. That's cost him some time. And even more confident now these Lexus cars are going to be untouchable, because these guys are fighting like dogs. Adam's not used his tyres well. And now Cosy fancies his chances, but Adam pushes him out. Kind of touring car move. But you try to go around the outside of someone, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable to that sort of action. Yep, Liam not making much impression there. But he's pulled away from these guys. I don't think he's got enough time in the race to get any more positions. Meanwhile, the outgoing champ and the new champ are together, still on track, but way down. Cullinan near the back and Yorgos at the back. So not a great meeting for Yorgos. Ben still leads from Coleman. Sean. And well, these guys have been in this car now for a season and a half. Rumours they're changing car. And there's Adam just starting to gap Cosy again. Liam flying along, and here comes Coleman. Coleman's got Lewis all over him. Looks like Coleman's just fending him off though. Lewis sideways, and that should allow Will to have a little look, but Will can't get it done. Again, Will's not going to pull a move that's stupid, so he'll wait his turn. And his turn might be turn 1. And we're on to the final lap then, and the Lexus look like they've got this done. Adam spent too long fighting with Cosy, and Nathan's now pulling a move on Kevin, so Kevin's obviously got back at him. Will does get the move done finally on Lewis, and Nathan, will he hold off Kevin? It looks like he has. Oops, sideways from Kevin. Rumour is he does like the look of that Mercedes, so we'll see what the car draw brings. But, well, these guys have done the right thing. They've worked together. They've pulled off a really good strategy and took their times in the lead to try and pull away. And, well, it's worked so far, and it looks like it's going to work, because Adam's off into the gravel again. Coleman, though, in the background's driving a great race in 5th. But it's not going to stay like this. Expect fireworks. And here's some. Lewis down the inside of Will. Remember, Will took the position at turn 1. Lewis is obviously not happy about it. And, well, Will should hold on around the outside and have the inside for the next corner. Kevin's race, as we said, is not going to plan. Alex's top Corvette again. We're in the latter stages of this race. Adam, though, looks like he's under big pressure now from Cosy. Coleman looks like he's got 5th sewn up now after that bit of action between Will and Lewis. But here we go then, the final couple corners of season 4, and it's going to be Ben that wins. He hasn't won since Monza season 1, and well, a long overdue victory. Cosy down the inside. Adam sees him coming and closes the door. They hit each other, and well, Adam tags the back of the BMW, and the BMW's round, Cosy's round, and rough justice. But Ben wins, and his 2nd win in his career in GT3, ahead of Sean. Sean will be delighted with that. 3rd for Adam, just from Coleman. Then it was Lewis, Will and Liam. Then Nathan comes across in 8th with a bit of a low-key race, ahead of Cosy, who's had another fun race, Panos, and then Kevin, with Alex behind in 12th. 13th for Brian. And then there's a big gap back, so that, well, what's that all about? Andrew's going to finish 14th. Cullinan's gone feral, and that's why he took the position fairly off Andrew. Andrew's punting him up the back. They've both gone off, and well, Cullinan's clearly not happy about that and taking the law into his own hands. And well, it's stuff like this that will probably make most drivers relieved that he's not back in next season, because that's a bit stupid. Pretty much sums up his season. Yorgos goes past him and waits for reasons that are just not clear to anyone, but he did cross the line in 15th. Cullinan embarrasses himself with 16th and driving off the track into a brick wall. Not much else to say about that. But that's the end of that season, and well, Nathan was the champion. Ben finished second in the standings ahead of Kevin, and I hope you rejoin us next season for season 5 with a whole new grid and whole new changes. We'll see you then.